So hi everyone. This is our InterSystems Developer Meetup that is related to the results of InterSystems Developer Tools Contest that we had this month. And first of all, I want to congratulate all the participants and winners of this contest, because with this contest we had a set of really important for developers tools that I think will not be famous not only this week, but will be used the whole year, like next, and will be improved and will play a great role in the life of developers. And this is why we are doing all this contest, and this is why we encourage developers to contribute open source tools, and actually you do. Thanks a lot for this. And so just long story short, the agenda today is to let the winners of our contest to present themselves and present their solutions. So, and you have the presenters will have like 10 minutes for this showcase, and then there will be like a short Q&A, some comments from product managers and things like that. So let's do that. And I invite, so let's start from Mohammed. Waseem, if you're ready, let's start from you. So please introduce yourself for those who doesn't know you yet. Please demo your developer tool you introduced this contest.
Hi all. I'm Adivilla. You can hear me, right?
Yes, we can hear you, Mohammed.
Yeah, okay. First of all, thanks to all, especially Dmitry, for this wonderful solution. And all the winners as well. My name is Mohammed Waseem. I am living here at Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, and I'm working in a hospital as a HAS manager. And currently we moved to track care as well. This is the first private hospital in Saudi Arabia. We implemented track care. So let me share my screen. Okay, so this is my application, Iris geographical map. Basically, this application is using embedded Python and this Folium Python library, and this library is further using the Leaflet.js JavaScript library, which is basically the core of these maps. So let me just go to my application. So this is application. Basically here, what I'm doing here, this is our CSP application. So I'm using embedded Python and this library to generate all these graphics. So this is, let me log 1 minute. Okay, so this is the first is the map layer. So we can have multiple layers here. So we can select, we can just give any layer to our map. Then we can mark any location. We can just provide the value of a longitude and latitude value, and we can just mark any location on the map. Then we can cluster that locations. Just we can see it's coming to 3. We can just again zoom in, zoom out to see the details. Then we can do some drawing on the map. We can just select here and we can just see the distance here between 2 locations, and even we can just mark any location. There's some other things. This is something we can do also to just do some drawings here. So just for example, this is a bus lines. This is a drawing by using the functionality. Then we can display the weather data. There is another layer of this Folium library to just display some weather data. We can display some mini map. So this is a mini map. We can just scroll and it will just show the details. And we can just get see this is the coordinates. This is what we required to mark on the map. So every location on the map has this value. So this is an important thing, and we can get it by this way. Then when we can apply some floating image on the map to display something. For example, this is a floating image. So let me go to the code itself. So this is our class Iris geomap. So this is the class, and here I'm using the embedded Python. This is the class method. I'm just using this decorator to say this is our Python language. For example, this tiles, which was the functionality of this one. So this is in the background is calling this function, which is tiles. Let me open this file as well. So this is the file, and here I'm extending this CSP functionality. This is the our file script style body, and this is here I'm extending my class here DC. So the same class here DC, this package, and this is a class name. And then here I'm calling these functions based on the parameter. If is passing by 1 by the right side, this is a 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. So here, if it's 1, I'm calling this function, which is tiles function in this library. Same the other functions, markers and other things. So this is a tiles function. So what it's doing is importing this library. This is a Folium. This is a Python library, and then from here we are getting some other details from this Folium library to draw some points there. And so this is mainly is drawing the map on the you see this library is draw the map. This is a default location we are providing, and this is the tile style. On the left side, there are different tiles, and this is a zoom level. We can set any zoom level. And these are the different tiles I'm just setting on the left side. So this is the main core thing here. So to display these details in the CSP application, we need some HTML to do. So this is this library is giving us this wrapper HTML. So this I'm passing to our CSP page. So basically, this iframe is a full HTML page. In the background, it contains all the JavaScript and everything to generate this map on the application. So here I'm returning the iframe. So what it's doing over this here is draw this all the map here. The HTML it will drawn here. And at the end, I'll just show how we can do on the if we have simple application, how we can use this library. So this is a simple HTML page. We have some HTML tag, head, body, and here I'm just extending this class, and here I'm just calling this function of draw geo details. The main thing here I'm passing the string by just separating by comma. So I'm passing different values. So here we can pass different values either from database, either whatever. So the main thing, what is doing this, the actual thing that I'm passing this address. So either I can pass the full address, either just a city name, the location name. For example, here University Park, Dallas. So it will just display are any proper name. So what it will do basically this library. Let me open the code, draw geo details. So here, this is a draw geo detail. So what it will do, it will take that string. So this is our string what I'm passing, and it just is using Python to split by this one. So in the location we'll get all the names. So there is another library, same in the volume. Yeah, this is a nomination library. So what it will do, it will take these two values, this latitude and longitude, against that address, and it will mark on the map. So this is a basically main thing.
Sorry for interrupting you, but we have so many winners and only 1 hour. So I would encourage all the developers from developer community to follow up your code, because everything is open source and available.
Yeah, so that's it. So this is all the application.
But yes, this is very impressive, and thanks a lot. And it looks like it looks very simple and clear and powerful. And I see that maybe Python gives a second chance to CSP, right? So,
yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Great. A quick question for Mohammed. Are you saving the spatial data to Iris?
No.
Or does it all stay in the client side?
Yeah, this is all everything basically dynamic. All thing is generating that dynamically. We can just get it from the data as well. But this is just dynamically all.
Thank you, Muhammad.
Welcome.
Yes, and thanks a lot, and congratulations. Now I invite John.Murray to present the tool he contributed to this contest. So John, please.
Yeah, thank you very much. I entered a Visual Studio Code extension pack called InterSystems DX Jetpack, DX standing for Developer Experience, and it contains 5 extensions at the moment. 2 previously existed, GJ Locate and the folding stuff. 3 of them were brand new for this extension pack, and those are the ones I'm going to demonstrate to you now. The 3, in the order I'll demonstrate them, there's server diff, there's the object script class view, and there's GJ code specs. Okay, so I'm using VS Code here, and I have installed other extensions for working with InterSystems code in VS Code. So the object script extension, the language server. I also have Server Manager on here, and I've got client side here. I've got the sources for an application from internal apps at InterSystems called CodeTidy. The first thing I'll demonstrate here is server diff. The purpose of server diff is to leverage a new capability that's arriving in VS Code. It's not yet finalized API, but that doesn't stop us from using it. And it allows me to, as I make changes here in my editor, I haven't yet saved them. As I make the changes, I get change bars in at the side here. In this case, a blue bar indicating a change compared to what is currently the copy on the server, an Iris 2022.1 server with a user namespace, which my client-side development is connected to. So if I go on here and I start putting in property and go and use the property snippet in there, I'll just take the default ones on this. So I've now got change bar here indicating what I changed at that point, and then this one down here, what I've inserted. So these are produced by server diff, and they indicate what is going to get changed on the server as soon as we import this class. Now, the default behavior of VS Code object script extension is that when you save the client-side file, it immediately gets imported. You can change that setting if you wish. So you could be making changes, saving them, and watch your changes accumulate compared to what you've last compiled on the server. I haven't changed that setting here. So if I just go and do a Control-S to save it, it does the save, compile, and the change bars disappear because what I've now got in my local client-side copy is identical to what's in on the server namespace. So that's really all there is to server diff. It works whether you're doing client-side development or whether you're doing using the server-side paradigm with ISFS. The second extension I want to show you here, Object Script Class View, is here to tackle a particular challenge that developers can have particularly when they're using VS Code and maybe they're used to capabilities that they had within Studio. If I open up my secondary sidebar in here, I've got my secondary sidebar in VS Code configured to be using to show the outline view, and so this is a standard capability of Language Server to provide outline view of the class that you've got open. But of course, it's only showing you what is implemented in Command Parser class itself. It's not showing you what is available to the Command Parser class by virtue of its inheritance. Command Parser extends %registered object. %registered object extends something, which extends something, and we don't until class view came along, there wasn't a convenient way in VS Code of seeing what are all the class members that Command Parser has got available to it. So all I need to do is right-click on here and choose Find All Implementations. And Find All Implementations then opens a standard VS Code view called References. And References view here is a tree structure with three roots in here. There's Command Parser itself. There's Registered Object, which comes from the %library, of course, and it is the immediate superclass of Command Parser. And then there's System Base. And in each of these, I can expand up and see what Command Parser gets from there. So, of course, these are the things that Command Parser itself either defines or overrides. These are the things that Registered Object provides to anybody who's using Command Parser. And these are the methods, class methods typically, that System Base has provided to a user of Command Parser. So this allows you to identify easily where a particular method, a particular parameter, a particular property is originating within your definition. You can, of course, jump direct to it if you want to see what the implementation is of %construct clone. You can go straight there. Mostly developers aren't so interested in drilling into the implementation details of the % packages. But if their own classes themselves have a superclass hierarchy, then class view lets you see it and also navigate it very straightforwardly. Okay, so then the third capability I want to show you is what the extension called GJ Code Specs is adding. What GJ Code Specs is doing is leveraging VS Code's inline commenting capabilities, which until now we haven't really used in the InterSystems world. We have on the panel of VS Code a tab that has been added because of Code Specs. Code Specs has added into the panel here 133 items because of documents that are open. I'm going to close down the registered object one and just narrow back down onto codes and to command parser. I can toggle from this panel, brand new feature just added today. I can toggle whether or not I want to see the commenting markers within the code itself. As with all of these views within VS Code, if I want comments to be somewhere else, I can drag it and put it there. So I'm going to move the comments panel up onto my secondary sidebar, which makes for a longer list that doesn't take up so much width. And once I've done that, I may as well close out the panel at the bottom and see more of my code. So what are these little comment icons? Effectively, what they're doing is saying, if you were to hover over items within this line, and the standard hover help from language server would put up a hover there, instead of only seeing the hover when you've got your mouse over the relevant part and it immediately disappearing when you go somewhere else and you can only see them one at a time, what the view here gives you is all the information for certain semantic types of items on the line. So in this case, I've said I want to see the hover help for class name, and I want to see the hover help. Well, in this case, two instances of class name: the class itself and the superclass that it's extending.
John. Mm-hmm. So we ran out of time, and I think this is all amazing, and thanks for contributing this to, as we can say, as open source, and I think everyone is invited to join the webinar next week of George James and to see all the details of the developer tools George James produce.
Yeah, thank you.
So thank you, John. And maybe any quick questions to John?
Looks very good, but like in case if I use Git like for local development, when you do like Git pull or switch branches, it would be good to see that what classes change it locally, but not on server. Will it work for like not unopened classes, or just requires to be opened?
It only shows the diffs as change bar markers alongside your code. So if you don't open your class, it's not going to compare your class against the server copy. You'd probably use some other tool if you wanted to compare your client side with your server side and get a general diff report. But this is specifically about the one you're editing at the moment.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Good question.
Thank you. This is great. And next I invite Henrique Pereira to demo what is called triple slash, right? So Henrique, correct me.
Hello everyone.
Yeah.
Let me see how to share my screen here. I'm a little bit lost.
So it's for me, it's right in the middle. Oh, I think yes. So it works.
Oh, great. So I'll introduce the Rs triple slash. First, we introduce the team. Two very known people here. It's like Henrique and José Pereira. And myself, we work together. Me and José, we are not related. We have the same last name. So the triple slash, first, a little disclaimer, is not about a guitarist from the 98 rock band. That was just a joke. Triple slash begins the idea born with the InterSystems idea project. And Evgeny suggests a tool to help for unit tests. And because with this idea, we build the triple slash because is the symbol that you use before the class methods to document your class. Sorry, my English is terrible. With the examples tags that you use for your code, we took this and transpiled this in a code, a unit test to try your code. So you can use this to develop with tests, automate tests, and you have a documentation of your class. I don't know if everyone is seeing my editor. Yeah, great. So it's.
You don't see the editor, Henry. We see.
No. Oh, sorry. You share here. Okay. Now.
Yes.
Okay. So it's very simple to use. You just put a triple slash before your method and put between tags example or PRE. You put your code and they will change it. They will parse this in unit test with a percent unit test case. And that's is that. Just to do that, you set create a new object with the name of your class to test or your package, like this sample, and just execute. Then we will create the test and test your class. That's it, guys.
Amazing. Can you show this generated tests? It should be maybe.
Yes. So, yeah, it's here. Yeah, it's that class here. They create. They use the unit test. We don't create a new test framework. Just use that already exists.
Yeah, looks perfect. Thank Henry and all the team from triple slash. Thanks a lot. Any questions? So,
I was just going to say, so many questions. How can you tell whether a case is valid versus a failure?
When the test case failed, I don't get the question.
So you're generating the test. How can you tell?
Yeah.
So you generate the test from the comment, from the documentation. How can you tell what a successful case is? How do you tell whether? How do you design something that's true.
Yeah. The method will always return percentage status object. So when you start to generate and got an error, they will show this error. We use the %dictionary class definition to create this test, and after save, we return the same object, status object.
So between the example tags, the first line is the call to the method, and the second line is what the results of that should be, and you call the method with a write statement, and then below there. So if the result is a complex object, how do you express that within your example? Do you express it in JSON and do the compare with JSON? You know, if I call a method that returns an object, how do I put compare in the example what the right result is in object terms?
Yeah. So I didn't try something like that, but the idea is simple, using the asserts from we have on the unit test. So equals and true or false, and this status. So for complex objects to try, we probably this will be a new feature for this to compare this, because I don't know, I'm not sure if they will return the right statement.
So it's like a request, issue request for a new feature. Yeah. So, but this is how it works. So thanks for contributing this to the community. So I think everyone needs after generating tests. Every developer. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Now I invite Dmitry.Maslennikov to present a new terminal, right? So now we have Python one. Dmitry, please.
I'm Dmitry. If someone don't know me yet. So I decided to build new terminal, yes, and decided it actually it was kind of like spontaneous idea found once in internet, one of the realization of CLI, which I liked it, and remember that even Fab asked about modernized terminal. Asked about ObjectScript. I made for SQL, but anyway, it also have completion and a lot of cool features. This terminal is on Python, uses DB API, and works completely on Python. And also working over a network, so you can connect to Iris remotely. And it's just a simple command, Iris SQL CLI. And you can put various ways of how to define the access to the server. The simplest way is URI. Just use complete or like localhost. It uses superport namespace, and I need to put flag to force asking for force to ask for the password. I can put it also in URI. So like for security reasons, different ways how to pass password. And it.
Can you use server managers with that information?
What do you mean, server manager?
The server manager has all that information.
No, you mean VS Code?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's
all terminal.
Separated. I can't.
Yeah. Okay.
I suppose I can't connect it.
Yeah, this is a VS Code extension, so yeah.
It's just a terminal. Just any CLI can be used on server, whatever. So it uses prompt. Well, for sure, it also have. Let's see. Config file with bunch of settings. Some of them is a default format, login. Also, it uses log file. It uses history file, so all queries stored, and it remembers from past entering. It has supposed to work multi-line support, not working yet, and you can see it's have a toolbar here, multi-line off on. It doesn't work yet, but we'll fix it. Will be fixed soon. Changes in there's also prompt format, so you can select any you want. So it's working over a network. So I can do some queries. One. It's not the database, but anyway, select the version. The version will work. And about suggestion. So from doesn't work. I have here it's working. So I made also web version of this terminal. So basically, it's exactly the same terminal, just with TTID tool, external tool, which helps to make a web terminal from any terminal. So some table and so on. We can change format, like whatever. There's a lot of different formats for output. Let's say it's HTML, repeat the query, and here it is. And also it can accept files, of course, and this file with SQLs can contain the same commands, so it will work too, like cat test SQL. And pass it to RSQL CLI. It's a destructive SQL, so it will be like drop table, delete everything, or truncate. It will ask that you really want to delete it, okay? And it says, yeah, okay. And the thing is, like here we have the same table, HTML, plain HTML and CSV, and we also have these special commands, test HTML, and what it does, it produces these files right from SQL file. So you can export at the same time just with this SQL. There is also embedded Python mode. So I have my Iris running and this CLI tool installed inside, and I can connect in embedded mode. In this case, the prompt a bit different. It shows instead of server name, it shows path to the instance. User already different. It's and namespace, yeah, the same. Yes, and for sure it can be like this to go to person.sys namespace. So exactly the same. So yeah, in embedded mode it will use Python embedded SQL way. So it could be a bit different than ODBC mode, but supposed to be kind of like the same way, exactly. And another like thing I tried to implement but didn't manage is to inject Iris SQL CLI inside Iris session. So like the same session, like, yeah, we do have here system SQL shell, which is, yeah, a bit outdated. It doesn't have these cool features. But so what I could do is call Iris SQL CLI just from Python, from right from here, and it could work. Doesn't work. It doesn't. So yeah, it's something. The issue is that Iris is Python over std in this case, like doesn't let this work properly. So InterSystems may solve this, I suppose. It's out of my part, but it could be here as well. So I hope InterSystems will manage to solve it, and we will get it too here too. So,
yeah, but maybe this is the minor like request to have a terminal in terminal. But so thanks a lot for contributing what you did. So any questions to Dmitry?
How about security? Oops, sorry.
About security, so it's ODBC connection, and actually it's an open source project, and in fact Guillaume also put a pull request to add support SSL over Superport, so you can use SSL too. So
okay, good. So traffic is encrypted.
Yeah.
Cool. I think I'm going to start using this right away.
Are there any limitations on the version of Iris that is supported with this?
As it should work, I think, on any Iris version, I suppose. Yeah, it shouldn't be anything like this. So basically, which version is supported by DB API? So like the same. But I suppose it's not so much probably changes. So yeah, it doesn't install anything on Iris side. So it's like just completely out tool. So it can connect to any Iris instance. It doesn't have to be prepared for it.
Think it'll work with cache too?
Probably, yes. Why not? Because protocol kind of the same, so it should kind of work. Yeah, there's probably some stuff may not work, but probably will work.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
but not very old versions. It's only later.
Any more questions? Dmitry, thank you so much. Actually, we had yet another participant who contributed, who was going to present today. It was Lorenzo Scalesi with Open API Suite. He introduced in some a set of tools that will help you to generate classes on the backend upon the Swagger or Open API specification. So that should be very helpful tool for those who is building REST APIs in Iris. And actually, even 5 or even 6 or 10 more applications that were contributed to this contest. So I enjoyed this contest very much. I don't know how what you can say. So any comments? Maybe Raj, Bob, what do you wanna share your impressions?
So the overall completeness and quality of the submission for this contest were just extraordinary compared to some of the other contests, right? I mean, there were 8 projects that I thought could easily, in my mind, have been like, yep, that's our winner. That's first place. So I just want to say thank you to all of you for all that you do for the community, but also for all that you've contributed in this particular contest as well. Really, really interesting work, kind of across the board.
And a lot of other people around the office have said the same thing.
Yeah. And I also see this time that a lot of tools participants contributed to the contest, they are being used immediately in like the daily developer's life and maybe some in production. So yeah, this is great. And we see reviews also coming that, okay, this is important, useful. Yeah, this is great.
Actually, I wanted to add. In fact, I wanted to extend like my project. So yeah, right now it's SQL only. So I think we still need ObjectScript terminal as well, and I hope based on this knowledge, on experience I got with this terminal, I will manage to create ObjectScript terminal as well. So I hope it will not probably work over network, at least local as Iris session. But anyway, I hope it will be possible. Yep.
Thank you, Dmitry. But I don't think that we will introduce yet another developer tools contest just in 2 months. And the next one will be in March. And so we're still working on the topic, but this will be something that we hope will be exciting for you. And we'll let you to expand the Iris and Iris for Health features in the most powerful way. Okay, and maybe any general thoughts regarding the contest? Anything? What else we need to maybe introduce? So what do anything? So what do you want to discuss? We can do it now. So we have maybe 5 minutes more. But I in general terms, I think we. What we will follow in any way, so it is the support of Python. So it's like something our motto now, and of course unit testing now. So we had a Win tool now, but I think we will focus on quality of application and security. Maybe something that we need to take in account the security every time. So we will think maybe introduce something like that the developers will take it into account from the day first. Yes, and deployment, of course. So we have this demo deployment scenarios. So containers, this is all important. Yes. So.
Yeah. So I have a little. I have a suggestion, maybe for a future contest, whether whether people entering the contests might find it useful to be assigned if you like, a mentor or somebody who from within InterSystems who is prepared to give that contestant some face time, some review time before the closing date, or certainly before the voting ends, to help them, get a second pair of eyes. I mean, if they're working on their own, then it might be useful to have some input from someone. They won't necessarily vote for you, but
right.
they may help boost the quality of your entry before everybody else starts looking at it.
That's a great idea. I like that a lot.
Great idea, John. Thank you. Also, we still a lot of requests that we should see more teams participate in rather than single contributions. And we have a great example like triple slash. So it's team of 3 contributed in this contest. So we have teams, but only one. Maybe we could have more. And so if you have any ideas how we could encourage team participation, so please don't hesitate to share. So what do you think?
Yeah, I also support this idea, Mr. Evgeny, because with the team you learned much more instead of individual. So guide me also how to make a team. I was thinking about it, but I couldn't find a way to how to just to work as a team.
Yes.
At hackathons, often you have a pitch night where somebody pitches their idea and other people can decide if they want to work on it, contact them. Maybe you could have an initial pitch meeting at the beginning of the contest.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't know each other before the contest. We know each other in my team just in community. We start to talk a lot, and we saw that we have so much ideas aligned. And the language facilitates because we all are Brazilians, and we start to let's work together, and that was and is still one amazing work together with these guys.
Yes, thank you, Henry. This is a great story. So as far as I know, you never met in person, like for years,
we never met. Yeah. Yeah, you met Henrique in person, and I don't yet.
Yes. Henrique indeed visited like a few weeks ago Dubai, so we met in person first time. So yeah. But this is a great story about developer community that unites and builds. And so we want to see this more. And Muhammad, thanks for thanks for raising your hand. That we see that you guys want building teams. Maybe we will consider maybe a pitch night before. Like Henry, we can share your experience how you did that. So of course, so yeah. Okay. Maybe any more ideas on that? Anyway, so I think we have. So we are almost running out of our typical meetup time. Well, now, so congratulations to all the winners and participants. This was amazing contest. So you give us so much satisfaction and give us so great developer tools and so fantastic contribution to this community, to InterSystems Developer Ecosystem. Thanks a lot for that. So we are looking forward for your ideas. And actually, by the way, that you started implemented ideas in the idea portal. So we see it's working. This is really great. So let's build teams. Let's build open source, and let's do some great stuff with InterSystems and within InterSystems developer ecosystem community. So see you in community, and so also see you in the global summit. So it's soon. So it's right around the corner. So yeah, see you.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Thank you all.
See you guys.
Yeah. Bye.